Hello and welcome to the channel. Welcome to Top of the World. Whew, where temperatures and weather has returned to what you would normally expect beginning of February. So the warmer temperatures that, well, the world just had a bit of a wobble in January. Anyway, that's all well and truly over. I've edited this video heavily because it was filmed over several days and everything broke, everything struggled and everything didn't want to work. So all that being said, let's get to the video. Well, I forgot to look at the thermometer as I walked past, but I've been out several times this morning and it must be cold because the old girl won't start. In fact, before I plugged her in and started warming the battery, it wouldn't even turn over. So we'll have a little look in here. So I've got the block heater plugged in. Why can I hear something running? What is that? I can see the jets. Or the train. I say jets. Once in a blue moon, the fighter jets practice train over here. But this last few days, they've really ramped it up. I mean, really ramped it up. There's a lot of low-flying... jets. A lot. Anyway, we know why that is. So I might live out in the sticks, but I know that Norway and Finland are clucking like headless chickens. To watch him, we have to watch him real careful, because yesterday we was working out here, as you can see, and yeah, he was, when I looked round, he was limping on 3 of his 4 legs. He didn't know which leg to put down. Anyway, he's all right. He didn't open up that split again, but I have to keep an eye on him because he will just play out here with me until he drops. But I'm ahead of the game, as I've explained. And in the famous words of Harry Lonsdale, I want to keep going. So we're at the point, and I think once I've warmed up the hydraulics on the splitter and got the saw running, I think we're going to be all right. But we're at the point where the steel starts getting a bit brittle and things can break all too easy. So let's see how we're doing. Not very well, to be honest. It's a bit... Yesterday, every 40 minutes I had to go inside for half an hour. We're forecast a large dump of snow this coming weekend. So the more I get done, the better. But without Old Faithful over here, let's try her. Maybe she'll go. Without Old Faithful over here, we ain't going nowhere. Turn the key on, press the button. Right, she ain't going. We could try a little trick. We have to be a bit quick. So one of the things I'd like to do, I've got the jump leads connected to the battery, which is up in there. One of the things I'd like to do is bring the terminals down to the side here. You see, it's not actually a block heater. I should show you this because there's other people that could benefit from what I've put on this. Anyway, it's a water heater connected to the water pipes. Well, that's where I plug it in. But I would also like a positive and negative terminal on there so that I can charge and warm the battery and give her a jump from the side there without... because I have to climb up here. Anyway, there's me box. If we do this and switch this switch, it may be enough just to get her going so I can let her sit and warm. No, she's locked up solid. Yeah. It's not a lot I can do without her, really. I should have plugged her in on the timer overnight. I didn't realise we were going to drop this cold. And my battery light's flashing already. That's the other problem. Right, as I might have to get a charging wire and plug it in, because the cold just kills this battery. Well, all batteries, obviously, because she won't go. An hour later, We'll try her again. There you go. Nice. Right. Right, we can leave that now. Once he warms up a bit. What are you doing? Come on, get it. Beautiful. Look at that. You know, the crystals and how they form. Because the air's just so dry, you get proper crystallization, which makes things the way they are. So there's snow, and then there's this dry, crispy, just beautiful, pretty stuff. If you just put that underneath there, eagle, what's that doing up there? He spotted it, look. That shouldn't be up there now. Anyway, must be hungry. Okay, we have to let that warm up and then we can get some logs out of the pile and carry on. Not everything goes according to plan. There's all kinds of restrictions with the temperature. So it's the next morning. Yesterday, not only did it take about 3 hours to get the tractor warmed up enough that it wanted to start, by the time I started it, we just didn't want to move. Anyway, I did manage to change all the stillages over and put some new ones. And as you can see, it hasn't stopped snowing. It's snowed continuously now. We're into the second day of just snowing. Did I pick up all my cables last night? No. But they're only just under a little bit of snow, so I'm not even going to bother clearing. I'm just going to carry on. But yesterday also, the cold was just killing the battery. So we're going to try something different today and see if we can get some splitting done. And somebody left their ball out last night. Which means he's got no chance. So I missed a trick this morning. While that's warming up, I've got to go and change my gloves. The easiest thing to do is I put a pair of gloves on and a pair of gloves in. And then for the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I swap between gloves. Otherwise, once the arteries, the veins in your hands, once they've closed, they're not opening again. So in order to keep the blood flowing, because initially it's a shock to the outer limbs. Anyway, I changed gloves a few times and it stopped, so we'll go and get some more. Alright, we have a warm pair of gloves on and a warm pair of gloves in. I think it's colder today than it was yesterday. Anyway, what happened yesterday, well, for you, a couple of seconds ago, anyway, so here's the thing. When the temperatures are extreme, for those of you who live in these climates, you will know there's no point pushing past it. Especially when you get older, what happens is your veins and arteries start closing up, your body closes down. If you don't understand all this stuff, there's plenty of biology lessons. You can go and hup, hup, hoo! Come! Come on, get in there. There's plenty of biology lessons you can go and watch, understand. Right? If you ignore that, you're in trouble. You lose your fingers, your hands, your arms, your legs. They're all going to drop off. You won't be able to reopen your arteries once they've closed. Well, that's not true. I've done it. But not everybody can do it. And if you miss a trick, that's it. And that is... So, let me take this other glove off. Oh. So as you saw there, I changed my gloves twice. And then that's it. Once they go like this, can't have a cup of coffee. Oh, here we go. Stint number 2. Nice warm gloves. Half a cup of coffee, and I can tell things are changing. One of my subscribers, he said a week ago now they had 6 hours of sunlight where he is. He's a lot further south, but just 3 weeks ago this time of the morning it'd still be dark. So we're doing all right. I don't think it was going to snow this much. Anyway, onto the saw. We've all seen the saw before. Oh no. Probably didn't mean to do that. But that does bring me to a point. Right, I say the world, mate. There seems to be this thing about cold starts. So I've watched Peg, you know, do his mad stuff, cold starts. I've watched them start up the supercars and the hypercars, cold start, big thing, cold start. Last night, or the night before, I'm watching back in Billy Ray, right, and he's going on about his Husqvarna and it's super tuned and it's got a special made exhaust and all this stuff. Great, marvellous, love it. And then he says he's going to do a cold start. Let's do a cold start. Not tuned, not loud exhaust, but no offence, mate. It's just, you know, I have been watching. Anyway, we're going to do a cold start. Now I watched him do a cold start on my super tuned Husqvarna. I think it took 4 pulls. I think we could do a proper cold start in less. Oh, that's not good. I didn't mean to leave it out. I wouldn't normally leave it out. I must have covered it up and forgot. Anyway. Let's see if she'll do a cold start and not let me down. It should go on a 3rd pull. Oh yeah, it's cold. 2 on choke. 1, 2, choke off. She's gonna go. Probably. Cold start. Granted it ain't got a 28-inch bar, but yeah, I wouldn't normally leave. Anyway, like I said, I must have covered it up intermittently while it was snowing and then forgot. Right. Job's a good one. Let's get on. Right, let's try all that again. I've seen a few comments about battery packs and keeping it plugged in, and it's not the battery going flat, it's the cold turning the camera off. So I had this plugged in with an extension lead running to it to try and give it extra battery life, and once the phone reaches a certain temperature, that's it. So I've had it inside warm up now. Can't see it much, but all day we've had blue sky and all day it's been snowing, and this is how much snow has come down without clouds. Yeah, it's probably about 2 inches. So 2 inches of snow has fallen today without a cloud in the sky. And what a mess I'm in. Ah, it looks like the Taliban's been in the yard. Oh, did I say that out loud? Yeah, well it does. It looks like somebody's been in the yard, and anyway, I'm getting there. So I've changed over all these full ones, so I had trouble filming. I got trouble filming because the cold's just killing the camera. And yeah, he's been inside most of the day because he's limping on both front legs, so, you know, thinks he's brave. Well, I put this on, had a cup of coffee. So, that's landed in as much time as it takes a cup of coffee, and we've got blue skies. Oh no, there's a little bit of cloud coming now. But by and large, we've got blue skies. This camera is good in partial light. Do you know, well, I was going to mention this. And I need a good camera because the Northern Lights, I haven't been able to show you the aurora or the Northern Lights because this camera and the GoPro, it's not good enough. It just don't pick it up, which is a shame because they are quite stunning. So one of these fine days, when I get a better camera, we'll have something interesting to look into. So we'll see how far we've got into this big pile of wood, which of course is mainly thinnings. So it don't take long to disappear. So this is some of the bigger stuff from the first cut, but most of it's just been like the thinnings. So it don't take long. You don't get a lot of wood out of the thinnings. It don't take long to destroy a big pack like that. Well, why are you running around with a big stick like that? Right, I've got to go to Thomas's now and collect some empty crates. So how are we doing with wood? Well, there's those 3 crates there. They're all full from him. There's a part crate over there, and bad decisions. Oh, tripod. Better not leave that out. Oh, I can't. So how's my gorilla pod been doing? Shattered. How's my tripod been doing? Shattered. Yeah. So this is what's left of my tripod. All the plastic around the bottom there is just shattered. My gorilla pod, well, that's only got 2 legs left. And that's only because I've been making it up. They just snap, and I've left it out in the cold. So you leave it out for too long. Do you know, it's a wonder. I know my phone's been to the bottom of the river. It's a wonder that hasn't dropped off without it lands on snow. But when it gets so cold it shuts down. I don't know what temperature it reaches. minus 15, minus 20 the phone. Oh, no gloves. Jesus, that was not very clever. It's only aluminium, I know, but you don't want to be touching anything metal. Where was I going? Phone, river. Oh yeah, it's a wonder it ain't shattered. Everything else shatters. Steel. Right, put this under here. And we've got to make a short trip to go and get some empty crates. And that'll be the end of the day. But yeah, my gorilla pod. It's a really good thing, but the cold weather just destroys it. Right. Hop, hop! Hop! Come on! Come! Get him sitting over there. Come! Coffee! Dinner! In! Bowl! So that's about the end of that. I'd like to thank all my new subscribers and everybody for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Helps the old algorithm and helps the channel continue to grow. Subscribe if you're not already. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.